Hey, this is Eli, aka Devoted Day Trader. Today I traded Netflix, SFI, PCG. So I have changed my trading style where now I'm using the 5 minute, and I've decided that I'm gonna trade all day. And yeah, so let's get to the trades. So the first trade was on, well, let's start with Netflix. Netflix was probably the trade that, well, it made my day, but it was not. It did give me a hard time. So I'm using the 5 minute, this 60 minute, and keeping my eyes on the 15. So on Netflix was in play because it was downgraded by an analyst, and I jumped the gun in the open, seeing this topping tail, well, these two topping tails on the 5 minute. I went short with a stop at the high of day, and I was stopped out. And but I noticed that on the 5 minute it was still weak, these triple tops. So I went back short. It dropped, but my stop was at the high of the day, so I needed, I needed it to get to at least the low of the day. But once it made this bullish bar, I got out for a break even. But once it made a lower high and these triple tops, I went short, but it did not give me. I wanted to wait until it got to the low of day to lock in profit, and it didn't get there, so I got out for a break even. And then once I noticed that we were trading in a range, so this is the bottom range and this is the top range, and looked like we made a double top, I went short, and then my stop was tight. I took some profit here, and once I noticed that it looked like the stock looked weak, I went short again, but I chickened out and got stopped out. I reversed my position, went long, locked in profit, and then my best trade was going short here. Going short here, I added, and it did the move that I wanted to do in the open. It dropped. I covered 75% of my position here, and I took the rest off at low of day. So I'm very proud of this trade. It did require me to work, but I was able to manage my risk at end of the day. Super green on Netflix. What else? I did trade DBI. DBI was in play because it missed its quarterly profit and it cut its guidance. So I took a couple of stabs, went long when I saw this big opening bar with a stop, the loss of VWAP. I was stopped out, and then I noticed that, well, I decided to buy the pullback, went long, but once it hesitated at VWAP, I got out for a break even, and then I tried taking it long one more time, but I did not like these topping tails. I got out early, and then my best trade on this, which made for all the losses, was I noticed that it got to the low of day, which is the low of this big bar, and it consolidated. So I took a long at 1403 with with my stop loss right here. So I had a small stop loss, so I was able to load up, and once it popped up, I sold 75% of my position at this price, which is also VWAP on the 60-minute, and I took the rest off once we looked like we were about to make a new 5-minute low. I just wanted to be green on the name. So the DBI trade and the Netflix trade pretty much made my day. I did take a stab at PCG. I scalped it when I noticed it was going parabolic, went long here, and I literally took 75% of my profit at the high of day, took broke even on the 25% of my position. It looked like it pulled back to the 9 EMA, and seeing this doji bar, which indicates a possible change of direction, I took a long. But once it did not pop up the way I wanted to pop, so I got out for a break even, and then I shorted it. So I went short here, and but it didn't drop fast enough, and I was already green on the name, and I didn't want to, so I feel like I was maybe doing a little too much, so I covered my shorts for a small profit. And I guess I could have held, because my final target was VWAP, and I would have hit my target, but it is what it is. I took a stab at Roku. Roku was very choppy today. Went short, but once it didn't go down right away, I knew that I was taking a risk, considering that we have a previous closing price here, and I stopped out. So I got out before it got to my stop. What else? I think I traded. I did have a minor loser on AUPH, and this is so I had a minor loser on Roku, and then on AUPH it went parabolic. I tried buying the pullback, went long, but I got out when I realized this was not the best move, because we just made a new 5-minute low. This is a bearish bar, so I just got out. So this was a minor loser. So these were the trades today. Again, I have switched to the 5-minute chart. No longer looking at well, I do peek at the 2-minute to see what it's doing, but right now I'm concentrating on the 5-minute. And I'm gonna see if I could do recaps daily, but now since I'm kind of pressed for time, and I plan to trade throughout the day, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time or not to do a daily recap every day. But on the days that I have time, I will do a recap. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below. Peace.